Good morning and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be going over the dredge leather gold farm. Let us begin. Okay, so today we're going to be going over a material based gold farm as it's doing quite well at this moment in time. What you're going to be wanting to do is take your skinner all the way over towards the Vale of Eternal Blossoms. You will want to make sure that you have a couple of different types of requirements for doing this gold farm. Number one, you're going to have to be in the ends of invasions, and you're going to be wanting to make your way over towards the Setting Sun Garrison, which is just located over here, just to the right of it. Here you'll find a load of packs of mobs, which are these Thundermaw wolves, basically the wolves. Okay, what you're going to be wanting to do is take these guys out. However, you will be wanting to make sure that you have a couple of requirements for doing this. If we go into, and if it doesn't bug, we're going to be wanting to go over towards our skinning journal, and we'll be wanting to head over towards our 𝐆𝐀𝐿 1 farming stuff up. You'll want to have at least rank 2, but preferably rank 3 in dredge leather, and bone gathering you're going to be wanting to make sure it's at rank 2 or 3, as well as all of that, along with leather gathering as well as that as well. So those three are required: leather, bone and dredge leather at least rank 2 or 3 to increase the amount of gold that you actually gain from this gold farm. At this moment in time, Worth It is valuing at around about 14,000 gold. It dropped by about 1,000 gold yesterday. However, it seems to be fluctuating up and down a couple of K each and every day. Hence why I figured out I would cover this farm, as materials are selling a lot faster these days. And that means this is becoming more and more wanting to gain a hold of. There is a rare elite which is currently up. It's called Storm Howl, and he's fairly easy to take out as well. What you're going to be wanting to do for this particular farm is to benchmark this in different types of areas. It's actually better if you have your 𝐿𝐻 farming up with all of that jazz. However, you don't have to do anything else. You can just use your AoE abilities. I'm using my Demon Hunter as I find it the easiest way in order to farm these up and take out these mobs. They're fairly easy to take out now, as in Dragonflight we're a lot more powerful and we can actually farm these mobs up fairly easily. And at the moment the materials of dredge leather is going for around about 16k gold a piece, which, as you can see, I'm gaining quite a lot of in just one pull of these mobs. Now this isn't a proper pull. I'm currently recording a video, so not able to do a proper gold farm, so to speak. But in general, you'll want to gather up a load of the mobs here. You will then sequentially want to go over towards this particular area, gather up the mobs in this area, and then you'll want to gather up the rest of the mobs and burn them down over here. This goes in like 4 different types of areas, because you've got this other one over here as well. And once that's all done, the mobs will have reset and you can keep farming this up as and when you are actually farming this in general. Overall, I find this farm to be a really easy way in order to actually farm up all of these mobs for easy loot overall. That being said, the dredge leather currently going for a decent amount of gold, and overall you're average to get around about 853 dredge leather in an hour's worth of farming, and bloodstained bones 347 of that, along with tempest hide 93, calcified bone 91, and the questionable meat 214, but doesn't really sell overly too much now these days. But overall this farm is a very good gold farm in general for just gathering up multiple of this material. And at the moment, with the price being at least over like 10k, as the material market has dropped quite a lot since the auction house merge, I wanted to cover this now, as this is a good way in order to sell a load of material in the auction house, as overall you're going to be making quite a hefty chunk of gold in the grand scheme of things in general. That being said, if we go back into Worth It and just double check, the region average sold is around about 17,000 of this per day. So you're looking at selling this almost immediately on the auction house when you list it, as the region is merged now. So you're looking at literally near on instantaneous sales, give or take a few, depends on what you're pricing it at. But other than that, 14 to 15k per hour, easy gold for just farming up with your Skinner in an area that works out quite well. Another area that you can farm this up is in Uldum, which is roughly around about the same amount of gold. Just deduct a couple of 100k, well, just deduct a couple of 100 gold, and it's roughly around about the same amount of gold overall. You can also do the one in Nazjatar as well, which does tend to actually sell for a bit more, which I will cover in a later video. Other than that, guys, this is the gold farm. It's at a 0.33 sell rate. It's over 10k, which is pretty good in general for material-based gold farms, and I just wanted to bring it to light as I want you guys to make basically as much gold as possible. And that being said, if you need any other different types of gold making resources, then you can find that on the Patreon. Other than that, have an awesome rest of the day, and I shall see you in the next video, which will be soon.